Y'all ready? This is gonna be good. Who out there has never made a graphic before? You know what's in this glass? Wine glass, but we put kombucha in it for all those hippies out there. Oh yeah, this is my juice right here. Who has made a graphic? Anybody? Or has never? What did I say? I said, can you comment if you've never made a graphic? I think sometimes these are delayed because I don't see anybody's comments. So let's see if those come through. First time graphic users out there, I want to know who you are. Just on drops hits. Yes, I've never used that. I've heard about that. But I'm going to show you my favorite place to make graphics. If any of you have ever seen my posts, I make a lot of graphics. I like to make graphics a lot. You're terrified to start. Don't be terrified. This is going to be easy. Oh, drop shots. Okay, yeah, I don't even know the name of it, but I've heard good things about that app. So, just going to give it just another few seconds for people to join in. Well, thanks, Jenny. I'm glad you're learning a lot. I hope this helps. My husband's going to be my helper, but we ordered Amazon Prime Now. Has anybody used that before? And I just heard the truck pull up, so he has run off to the door. But as soon as he comes back, he is going to actually hold the phone so that I can show you how to make a basic graphic on Canva. I love all these hearts, guys. Like, this just makes me feel so special. I'm going to just keep sipping on my kombucha. And hopefully he will run back. See, look at this. Oh, yes, like Christmas. See him over there? Look at that cute, studly man getting our plantain chips from Amazon. I know. All right, so if y'all are ready, I want you to at least take note of this or write it down. My favorite, all-time favorite place to do graphics is canva.com, Canva.com. It is free. You do need to put in like a username and password, so it'll have you create an account, which is really awesome because unlike some of the other graphics websites out there, it doesn't save all of your work necessarily. I just think Canva has a lot of great options and it's free, and who doesn't love free? So, all right, I'm going to pass the phone over to this studly man right here, and he is going to get us started. This is Dustin.
Hey, guys.
And give him lots of hearts. He's growing out his cute little scruffiness. I like it. All right, so he is going to hold this while I talk your ear off. So get ready for a quick little tutorial. And babe, if they comment or something, let me know if I need to answer a question. So first thing is going to canva.com. You won't have all of these graphics down here. All of these right here are things I've already made, and I'm actually going to recreate this graphic right here. But what I want you to notice is up on the top, all right in here, there's lots of different templates you can use. You can even click on more, and it's going to show you just lots of things: social media posts, documents, marketing materials, and such. So because, let's say I want to put this on Facebook, I'm going to choose the Facebook post template right there. It's just the perfect size for a Facebook post. So I'm going to click on that, and it's going to give me a blank, clean slate, if you will. And so what I want to do is I am going to make a graphic on peppermint oil. So for those of you out there that love essential oils, give me a little thumbs up, heart dealy. But anywho, we love peppermint around here, so I'm going to make a peppermint graphic, and I'm going to go to this uploads button right here. And when I click on uploads, there's all these graphics or pictures I have already put in. Do you make everything in Canva? I do. I used to use PicMonkey. Sometimes I've used apps on my phone, but nothing does a job like Canva for me. So I do use Canva. All right, so I'm going to use this peppermint bottle right here that I have already uploaded. Yes, this is the old bottle for all of you out there that know that Young Living recently changed their design, but I'm just using this one just for fun. So Get over it, people. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so here's the peppermint bottle right here. And now I've got to start thinking in my mind, like, how am I going to make this this graphic flow? And I will give you one tip. I'm actually going to give you a lot of tips, but I want to give you a tip on, I'm like squirrel brain. When he shows me a question, then I can't do both things. Where did I get all the uploads? If you will go to Young Living Flickr, Flickr, Young Living Flickr. Actually, let me show you that real quick, because that was a great question, whoever asked that. So just in my Google search, I'm going to say up here, Young Living Flickr. Now, of course, for those of you out there that don't do Young Living, this won't apply to you, but this is something that I do right here. Is I go to Young Living Flickr, and I click,
Screen off. It was kind of blurry.
Okay. I go right here, there's photo stream and albums, and I click on albums. So for instance, when I'm getting, let's say, a bottle, I will click right here on the silo. It says silo product, and these will continue to update, but let's just say that I'm clicking on this, and I want, let's say I want Angelica. If I click on Angelica, you will notice I could save this picture, depending on if you have a Mac computer or a different kind of laptop. You could, right click on this and press save, but it will come with this white background. Do you see the white background there? However, Dustin, if you will look over here, see this right here, this download button? If I click on that, it gives me different size options, and I'm actually going to click on the original size. If I click on the original size and it downloads, it gives me the Angelica oil right here, and there is no white background. In the screen, I don't know if you can see this, it's just gray, but it's actually, if you save this to your computer, there is no white background there. So that's how I save it. And then look, I'm just going to go at the top here, and I'm going to just type in Angelica oil. I'm going to save it to my downloads. This is actually the graphic I'm going to recreate, but I'm going to go back to where I was working, and I'm going to do upload photos right here. So I clicked on this green button, and then this pops up over here, all of my downloads, and I'm going to start typing in Angelica oil, and look what popped up. Yes, it has to be done on a computer, I'm pretty sure. I do not think you can do Canva on a tablet, but I could be wrong. So see how I just uploaded this, and there's no white background. Now, these new bottles, I don't know where I got these, but they do not have, as far as in Flickr, they're not available in Flickr yet. So that's why I'm not using one of these bottles. I'm going to use these that don't have the background. All right, so that was a great question. Oh, you can on an iPad. Thank you, Michelle. I did not know that. I don't have an iPad, so anyway. Didn't you like how I just pretended to know the answer and told you all no? Okay.
Maybe it's a good Christmas gift idea.
Ooh, yeah, honey. All right, so we're back to this, and what I'm going to do is I want to tell you a tip. The tip would be make this look dimensional. Some people will put like a picture, some wording, maybe color, and it looks so flat. And let me just start off by saying this disclaimer. I am not a graphic designer. I have never taken a graphics design class. However, I've self-taught myself. And so, take it or leave it. But thank you, Michelle. I know it's pretty funny. But just take it or leave it. But this is what I have come to see, is that I think I have a pretty good eye for things. And there are just a lot of times there's just flat graphics out there. So we need to make like a quilted pillow. Don't do flat graphics. All right, so what I want to do is start off by giving this some dimension. And one of my favorite things in Canva is this search feature right here, which has lots of different options that you can choose on. Thank you, Drops of Joy. I really appreciate that. All right, so I'm going to go to search, and here's one of my favorite things to use. Just type in square, and you'll see lots of squares pop up. Oh, sorry. Let's see. Well, this is new. Don't you love that? Why is it giving me this? Of course this happens when I'm trying to show y'all this, right? Here it is right here. This is my favorite little square, and it is transparent. So I just clicked on it, and now it is in my, on my graphic, but you see how it's white? Notice the white button up here. So the color is actually white. So I'm just going to choose any color so I can at least see it on the screen. But if you can see how it's transparent, I can put it over peppermint and it's not a harsh color. I love using this transparent square because I think that it just gives some dimension and some, I don't know, it's kind of cool to have some transparent pieces on there. So I use that, and this is not the color I'm going to use, but since it comes in white, I'm not going to be able to see it on there. So this is what I'm doing right now, is I'm just kind of putting it on the top. I love doing borders for wording or the title of the piece. So that's at the top. I'm also going to find me another little square in here. Let me see if I can find it. All right. I'm go to shapes. So when I practiced this before, of course, it came right up, and now that we're live, things happen. I'm looking for this one particular square that I just really like, and of course, it's not going to be here because, well, we love to have epic fails on live feeds, right? Square, let's try square frame. Nope. All right, for the sake of this, let's just say there's this, it's like my favorite square and it's not going to be there. Here it is, right here. So see how it has edges to it? It gives some more dimension because it's not straight edges. And I actually really like this color. Yes, of course, Murphy's Law. So I'm going to use this grid right here because I want to put some wording in it. But since I love this color, I should have let you see that before when I had this right here, there were just these colors up at top. There were like all the primary colors, black, white, red, yellow, green, and blue, except for now that I've imported this frame, it's added the color there, which is really cool because anything that you add from Canva and you put it on your screen, it adds the different color at the top, which is really awesome. It's a great feature. So I can click on this, the title border, and I can actually change the color to match this frame down here. Now remember, this is transparent, so it's going to be the same color, except for since it's transparent, you're going to be able to, it's going to look like a lighter color. All right. Now I want to also add, a person in here. I want to make this more relatable, so I'm going to type in beauty. Oh, you're learning a lot. I'm so glad. And there's one, of course, let's hope that I can find the one that I really like. I like cutout people. Oh, here she is right here. Go down just a little bit, honey. See this one right here? Here's the cool thing about Canva. In the search feature, there are tons of things that are free. As you saw, the transparent square and then that, that edgy square. Those were both free. When every other thing that's not free, they're all $1. $1, and you get the rights to make the photo or the graphic, which is really cool. So I'm going to use this lady right here. She's really fresh and clean, and so I'm going to just use her right here, and I'm just going to have her kind of over to the side, and then I'm going to click back on the edgy frame, and I'm going to kind of just adjust this box, if you will. And I am somewhat of a perfectionist, so I hope I just want to give you the idea here instead of taking all the time that I normally do. All right. Now let me just say this. What if I was to have accidentally, what if I loved the layout of this so far and I just happened to hit my cursor on this and I moved this lady, and then you freak out because, it was in this perfect spot? Up here at the top, is a little backwards arrow. And if I click on that, it's going to put her right back where, can you size the graphic? Yes, you can. But see how it put her back exactly where she was. So this graphic, I can size up and down. It also has filters on it. So I can change the look she has. I can brighten it. There are lots of features on here. But I'm going to leave her as she is because I really like her coloring. I know on the screen it kind of looks different, but I really like everything about this. Now check this out. The hash marks on here and the Canva. That's because they have like basically watermarked this. So if you were to save it, you're not going to be able, you know, it's going to say Canva on it. So that's why you have to pay for it. But remember, it's just $1. I love all these hearts. Don't you love these hearts, babe? They're loving this. Where's my kombucha?
They're giving me warm fuzzies.
Ta-da! I got to take a swig. Warm fuzzies. All right. Oh, check it out. It's a heart off. Who's going to win with all these hearts? And why are they different colors? Does anybody know this?
Yes, different people.
Are you sure?
Yeah, so when they comment, you're going to see their picture, and the color that's over their profile picture is a color heart.
How do you even know this? And I don't know
because
this.
I studied this.
Okay. All right, we're getting squirreled away. We're getting totally sidetracked.
Yellow.
Hello, Karch Mom. He is smart. All right, I gotta stop and collaborate and listen. I'm back. Yes.
Purple, orange.
Oh, that's so cool. Ooh, cool. All right. He's smart and good looking. He really is.
Why, thank you.
All right, back to this. So now that I've set this up, I'm going to do some wording at the top to get this a title. And this is my next tip, is do not use too many typefaces or fonts. I would say 2 to 3 at max. It depends what your graphic looks like, but the eye has a very hard time scanning multiple typefaces. So, or fonts. I mean, I like to just call them fonts instead of typefaces. So if you look over on this side again, there's different sizes you can choose. I just kind of always go middle. I don't know why. But what it did is it just added this right here, and I'm going to type invigorate your. Now, the next tip is to match contrasting fonts. So what I've done is invigorate your. I'm going to change the font. So if you can zoom in, babe, so people can see that when I click on this, it shows me all these different fonts and what they look like. And I have some favorites. So the one I'm going to use here is up at the top, and it's called Stencil, I guess. I just really like the way it looks. It's fresh, it's clean. So I'm going to use this to drag over here. I'm going to put this up here, and I'm going to actually change it to white. I really like the white look. Just fresh and clean is a great way to do graphics. So I'm actually going to make this size 54. So all I've done is clicked on the
number.
Thank you. The fonts are free. All of them are free. Yee-haw. Okay, 54. I'm going to click on 54. That made it quite big, right? And remember how I just said that you want to pair contrasting fonts. So I love doing a clean font like this and then doing a script font. And so here I've added another font down here, and guess what the word is going to be? Invigorate your life is what I'm going to do. But instead of it being, just a non-cursive, I really like matching a script up with a non-cursive. I don't even know the correct terms because remember, I just pretend to be a graphic graphic designer. So what I'm going to use here is Great Vibes. I really like this script a lot, and I am going to actually make this one 144. And the only reason I know this is because I did this graphic already just so I wouldn't be mumbling all over the place. Otherwise, I typically will just keep resizing until I like the way it looks. And I'm also going to make this one white. And I'm gonna just put it up here. Now I realize that y'all are probably saying that you can't read it all, but I'm gonna get to that part because I'm gonna add some more dimension to this. So let me put this down here. All right, y'all still hanging in there? Where are y'all all in from anyway? I would love to know. All right, the next thing I'm gonna do is I already have the text for what I want in this box about the peppermint
Kansas
oil.
City, Missouri.
Nice.
We used to
Alabama.
we used to live in Kansas City, Missouri.
Lots of Alabama peeps. Wow. And Missouri. Okay, so I have already typed up the font. Actually, I took this off of the Young Living website, and I'm just going to paste it here. Oh, just kidding. I'm going to go to my Word document. Here it is. I'm going to copy that, close this out, and I'm going to paste it right here. All right, so here's all the wording, and of course this is like, total craziness. So I'm going to change this. Just by double clicking, it has highlighted all of it for me. And I'm going to change the font again, but remember how I said don't do too many fonts? So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go back to the stencil, if I'm even saying that correct, it's kind of a weird word. I'm going to go back to that. It's a clean font, easy to read, really like the look of it. And I'm going to change the size to 14. Now I'm going to make sure these are separated. Let's just read how awesome peppermint oil is. Add a drop of peppermint essential oil to herbal tea to help aid normal digestion. Rub 1 drop of peppermint essential oil on the temples, forehead, over the sinuses, and on the back of the neck to relieve head pressure. Apply peppermint essential oil to the back of the neck and shoulders throughout the day to keep energy up. Give me a yee-haw if you just love you some peppermint oil. All right, so that is in here, and I have changed the size. Notice that I've used this little, I don't know, it's like a measuring thing. You just put your cursor on it, and I'm able to squeeze the font together or make it really big. See, oh, I love all these yee-haws. Y'all all know what I'm talking about. All right, so I have done the font where it's inside of this box, and
Compliant, correct.
it is compliant because I got it off of the Young Living website. Woot woot. Yes, which is really awesome. Okay, now notice, is anybody already saying this is driving me crazy because this peppermint oil is, first of all, too big, and it is, behind the wording, and it's just kind of weird looking. So I will click on that bottle and I will resize the bottle. And then I like to, not everything has to be straight up and down. So I'm going to use this button down here. See how it's this little button right there? I can swivel the graphic around. You can do this with any graphic. So I'm going to swivel it, and I'm going to place it, maybe about like this. How are you making the text come on? What do you mean? How am I adding the text? I hope that's what you're saying. When it's the text, I go over here to the text box. I have clicked on that, and then I've chosen a text, if that's what you're asking. Yeah, okay, good. All right, so here is the peppermint bottle. The line at bottom. I'm not sure what that means. Line at bottom. Can we not alter over the bottles? I don't know. I don't typically put anything over the bottles, but what I'm going to show you right here is the line is over the bottle, and this would be really annoying to me if I saw this in a graphic. So what's awesome about Canva is I can click on the peppermint graphic. You can click on any of it. See these at the top? Filter, crop, copy, forward, and then this is kind of grayed out back because the peppermint is currently in the back. So if I click on forward, it's going to bring it in front of that box, which is awesome because now it looks right. Okay, check that out. Now it's on top of this. I might swivel it a little bit more just because I'm crazy picky. But I've swiveled that, and yay! Isn't that an awesome little tip of the day? Also, you will see in many of my graphics, I love me some arrows. So I'm going to go back over here, and I'm going to type in arrow. And I'm just going to happen to pick this one right here, down here. And it's free, guys. There's tons of free stuff on here. So I've clicked that. And this is a big, fat, honking arrow. And I don't want it to be this big and fat. So I'm going to use the little deal at the top here to shrink it down. So I'm going to shrink it down. But then I'm going to use the one in the middle to make it longer. Hello, hello. Isn't that awesome? I'm going to use that, and I'm going to put it here. Just in case people don't know what we're talking about, let's put a big arrow. I don't know why I love arrows, but I just do. Big, fat, honkin'. Yes, ma'am, I'm from the Dallas, Texas, in case you didn't know. All right, so I like the size. I like where it is right now. But I think we've got too much blue here. I know that in the screen it's probably hard to see, but it's blue and then the same color blue, even though this is kind of transparent. So I'm going to change this color. Just for now, let's say that I go with a lighter color, and we may choose that differently. Oh, and that's what maybe I didn't show you is when you click on these colors and it gives you the color palette, you can click on this plus sign. So right now I have the blue color up, and if I click on the plus sign, it's going to give me this color wheel that I can choose a completely different color, or I can stay in the same color, but I can change the darkness or whatever you call that. I really don't know any of these terms, but bear with me here. Let's just call it a big fat honking color wheel right here. So I'm going to make it lighter, and ta-da, see what we're looking at right here? Now, it's still showing, I'm giving you some dimension because we have things that are layered here, but it's still flat a little bit. So what hue, thank you. Cheers to you. I'm taking another swig of kombucha just for the hue. Who said hue? I don't even know. Oh, thank you, Jenny. Thanks. This is really easy when we have our boys in bed and we're able to just periscope the night away. All right. Kombucha is awesome. And here goes all those hearts. I love them. Cheers. Okay, back to this. So what I want to do is create a background. And I don't always create backgrounds because I think white space is awesome space. So white is okay to use. My cute little husband sitting right next to me holding this phone, he's not a huge fan of white space, so oftentimes he tells me to put some stuff in my white space, but I'm gonna honor that and show y'all how to do that right now. So I'm gonna go back to search, and I'm just gonna click on glitter because what girl doesn't like some glitter? And remember, all of these that are not free, they're all $1, nothing more than $1, which is really awesome. All right, I am going to use this right here, and it's gold. Why on earth, Alana, would you use gold? See how it covers everything, and you think, oh my gosh, what did I just do to my graphic? Here's what's really cool. If you stretch, now zoom out a little bit so they can see this. If you stretch this graphic so that it actually covers the whole page, watch what happens as soon as I cover the whole page and I release my cursor. Ta-da! Check it out. It has automatically put it in the background. But I don't know about you, I think that is really ugly together. I love the look of it. Once you pay for it once, do you get the rights to use it forever? No, you have 24 hours to use it as often as you want and change it up as often as you want. So what I often do, will save it. I'll show you that tip in a minute, but right now I don't like the color of this. So up here, I'm going to click on filter, and I'm going to change the filter. I'm going to go for grayscale, so it kind of matches what we're doing. Check it out, ladies and gentlemen. Isn't that pretty? I love the lighting back there. And remember, I can also go back. See, since this is still highlighted, the background, I can go back and I can change the transparency. I can flip it. There's all sorts of things, but I'm going to leave it just like it is. But notice, how hard is it to read this wording? This is crazy, right? So I'm going to go back to my search feature over here, and I'm going to click on square again. And I'm just going to pick this square right there, because that's pretty, right? No. And I'm going to put it right on that jagged blue square. I'm just going to make sure that I've covered the whole square. See how I'm doing that? I'm just using these to edge it up here. And now I'm going to change the color to white. And I'm going to use that awesome back button. So I click back once and it only goes behind the arrow. I click it again, it goes behind the wording. But see, the bottle still isn't there. I click it again. And here's the bottle. Ta-da, ta-da. And it goes behind the frame. So it's perfect. See how it's easy to read now? Isn't this great? How are y'all liking it? Is this a graphic that would catch your eye? All right, I'm going to move this life down here just a little bit. See how it's easy to read this life now? And you can just move all of this stuff as often as you want. And then remember, I can click that back button at the top if I mess up on something. Now, here's another thing. I did this earlier, so not that you learn anything extra from this, but I'm going to type in peppermint. And I'm going to scroll down. See this little peppermint thing right here? It has no background on it, which is really cool. And again, it's $1. I will tell you, I don't pay a lot for graphics. Sometimes I upload my own, like the peppermint bottle. That's free. I'm not having to pay for that. But just for the sake of this, I'm just going to show you some of this. So I clicked on this peppermint, and yes, there was a question earlier on, can you size this? You absolutely can make it as big, as little as you want. Remember, you can change the filter on it. But how cute is this? I'm going to make it kind of small like this, and then I'm going to pretend that it is in her hair, because what girl doesn't wear peppermint over her ear, right? But it's just kind of a fun little addition. So see what this looks like head on. Okay? Now, here's another little last minute tip. We've made our graphic, and I think that it's very fun. It has depth to it. There's different colors. I may change this arrow. I'm not a huge fan of this color, so maybe I want to change it to gray. So I might change it to black first and then use that plus sign button that's right here. Click on that, and then I can change the gray.
Change the hue.
Change the hue. We're learning all kinds of lingo in here. So I'm going to change the hue, make it a little darker maybe. You can just continue to play with this and see what you like. But let's say that I just loved this right now. I could go to the top right here. See this at the top? And if I click on this, maybe I want the title of this to be Periscope Peppermint. And then when I click done, it's going to save that name for me. I can share it. So if I was to share it with somebody, I could share it by email here, or I could send them the link. You can even share this, like if you have a leader that, or a friend that you want them to kind of edit your photo, you can send it and they can actually edit it. You can share email as an editable design. So you just click that button right there, which is awesome. All right, now I can download. So when I click the download button, I have the option of doing it as an image or as a PDF. A lot of times I will do it as a PDF because it's a higher resolution, and then I use a thing called Jing, which is this yellow thing at the top here. So just type in Jing in your computer and you can download that for free. But I usually, if I want to print something especially, but I also want to share it online, I might do PDF, and then I copy it with Jing, so it's still in that high resolution. But just for right now, I'm going to do as an image. And when I I do as an image, it's going to show me what I got. So I got an arrow that's free. I got a, Jing, Jing, like jingle bells. Don't make me break out in song. You will not like that. Okay, square border was free. Now the mint leaf was $1. The beautiful woman smiling was $1. The glittering golden Christmas background was $1. So all in all, $3 that I spent. And remember, I have, I didn't even tell you that, so you can't remember that. But I do credits at a time. If you buy a bunch of credits from Canva, it just kind of sits there. So I never spend $3 on a graphic. I am frugal, but I'm just going to love on y'all and pay and download so you can see what happens. You have purchased elements using a one-time use license. This license gives you 24 hours to make any changes and export your design without watermarks. If you want to make changes to your design after this time, you will need to repurchase the elements. So just so you know, you've got 24 hours to do that. So as that's downloading, I'm going to drink some more kombucha so I don't start singing Jingle Bells, since that is now in my head. All right. My design is ready, and it has popped up on my screen, and it has no watermarks. It is a tax write-off. You are absolutely right. Now, notice this. See how it's this is a great thing that this just happened right here. See how the your is down here? It's not where it's supposed to be. Come back over here to this page. That happens sometimes because I need to extend this. I don't know if you can see that. I need to extend that out, and then I need to make sure that it's saving like that up here. And sometimes I will refresh the screen with your little refresh button. It doesn't always happen, but it does sometimes. So I'm going to just refresh and see how the your is down here. I need to extend that.
What are you extending?
The invigorate your. So if I click on this out here, babe, it was not giving it enough space to be on one line. So I don't know why that happens sometimes, but it just does. So just so you know, when that happens, go back and refresh your screen, and then it will show you what Canva is actually reading. So when I refreshed it, the your was down here. So now let's see if I refresh it. Now the your is where it's supposed to be. So if I go back to download and I download as an image again, it's going to automatically download. I've already paid for this. I'm within my 24 hours. Hold tight, preparing your design. So when this downloads this time, the your should be where it was supposed to be. Let's pray, because this is in fact live on the Periscope. Just love these hearts. Y'all just make my heart flutter with all of your fluttering hearts. Here is the design, and there it is. So based on this, I didn't give it a great look before, but if I was to be really picky about this, I would want to move this life over a little bit. But just so y'all get the gist of this graphic. Now, here's what's really cool. I'm going to close out of here and close out of this. Here's what's awesome. If I go back to the Canva site, my new design right here, it hasn't uploaded yet, but it's right here. And I could copy this just by pressing copy. And now I have two of them. So say I'm still in my 24-hour period. I've copied it. And I want to go back to it, and let's say I want to do the same, like I want to do a series of these graphics. I don't have to recreate this. I could simply say, invigorate your life, although that is bothering me, so I'm going to move that over a little bit. But maybe I want to do, let's see what other oils I have on here. Maybe I just want to use, what's one of your favorite? Ooh, invigorate your life with sensation oil, y'all. That's surely invigorating. So maybe I use this one. Here's another cool thing. Zoom in here. I am going to put this on top of the peppermint oil, and I'm going to swivel it so it's in the same, it's at the same angle. And when I get this perfectly on there, it's going to show me some hash marks to show me that I'm centered. See, I don't know if you can see that if he zooms in. I don't think you can see it on that screen. Uh-oh. See this purple hash mark? Can you zoom in a little bit more? His arm is extending. See how it goes right here? And then there's another one right here. So on the screen, it's clearer than it is for you, but it's a perfect cross, which means I just let go, which means it's perfectly centered. So what I like to do now that this is on top is I might send sensation to the back so that now peppermint's in the front, and so that way I'm not moving sensation. But now I can click on peppermint and delete that one. So the sensation is the exact same size in the exact same place. And I might just change the border of these graphics now. So I could just go here and change it to like this pink color. Then I could go to the top here, change it to the same pink color, and it's transparent again. And then all I would have to do is change the wording. Maybe instead of peppermint, I could go and type in flower, and I could not put a fake flower in her hair. Maybe I could choose that one right here. Uh-oh. Did you see how I just moved life? Remember, don't freak out. Go to the top up there, click the back button, and it puts it right back where it was. That happens a lot to me. So now I've just clicked on the flower, and I'm going to change the size. I probably could have kept the peppermint oil there to make sure it was the same, but maybe I want to put a flower in her hair this time. But look what I've done. I've created a second graphic, and it took no time at all. All I would have to do is go and change the wording, but it's the same type of thing, and it would be a great way to do a series of graphics. So I hope that you feel, I think you do, because I still see a lot of hearts, but I hope you feel that you have gotten a good grasp on a basic Canva graphic tutorial, and I would love to see your graphics. So go out there, dive into Canva, play around with it. I think you'll really enjoy it. And again, it's free unless you use one of their graphics, and they're $1. So anyway, that is our tip for today. Thank you, darling, for holding this.
Always.
I'll be up all night playing with Canva. Yes, you will. Are you paying for that second one? Probably not. Oh, no, and you don't have to, because I could download this and I wouldn't have to. Now, on here, I think I used the copy of it. If I went back to the original one, it would not have these hash marks on it, and I would be able to download it for free, which is really awesome. So, anyway, I hope that helped. I would love to know if you create any graphics, send them to me on Facebook if you're my Facebook friend, so I can see what you created. What do you have to say?
She's an amazing graphic designer, even though she's never taken a class, so there you go.
All right, so I don't know what we're going to be doing the rest of the night. Certainly not periscoping. Maybe I'll be making some more graphics. So we love you guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all the hearts. See you next time.
Bye.